according. Now to a story you saw first here on ABC 10. As you can see here, it is front page news. The San Joaquin County District Attorney declines to press charges against Stockton man who alleges officers beat him in jail. That's according to the attorney for Jacob Servin.
No justice, no peace.
The news comes as members of the community have been gathering in the last week demanding justice. Keep in mind, Jacob Servin was originally facing 5 possible counts of battery on a custodial officer. Tonight, his attorney tells us the DA is not pursuing charges, at least not until other law enforcement agencies independently investigate how he went from looking like this when he took his mugshot on charges of public intoxication to these disturbing images.
They didn't go in there to try to give me a beating. They went in there trying to kill me.
Servin says these pictures were taken of him shortly after he was released from the San Joaquin County Jail. He entered the jail unharmed and left severely injured. He claims several correctional officers beat him up. The district attorney is promising a transparent, multi-agency investigation to be completed within the next several weeks.
And everybody should be concerned about their community and be disengaged. So I stayed here and listened to each one of them and every one of their voices. And I brought a team of investigators over here as well to interview anybody that had any statements that they wanted to share with law enforcement.
Obviously what they did was inhumane, and they tried to kill me, so it's not one community, it's the whole world reacting to this heinous crime.
Now, I should tell you, members of the community held a private strategizing meeting tonight, calling for those officers to be held, quote, accountable. Stay with us for updates on this developing story. A week ago, we spoke to a man who claims he was severely beaten by officers in the San Joaquin County Jail. Take a look. The sheriff launched an investigation after Jacob Servin shared these disturbing pictures with ABC 10.
And now the Stockton man is at the center of a controversy and is getting support from members of the community.
ABC 10's Kurt Rivera is live in French Camp tonight with more on this story. Bring us up to speed, Kurt.
Well, Chris, behind me, supporters of Jacob Servin have gathered here, as you can see, in this crowd behind me, right in front of the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Department headquarters. Now, earlier this morning, they were out at the San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors meeting to voice their concerns there. Hugs for Jacob Servin this morning as a few dozen vocal supporters rallied around him at the San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors meeting.
A lot of pain still, you know. I'm healing, but inside I still have a lot of internal damages.
One by one, friends, family, and community members wearing Justice for Jakey t-shirts stepped up to the podium in support of Servin, demanding change within the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office.
There has to be accountability. I'm sorry, but we can't say that every single one of these cases are justified.
It was just over a week ago the 25-year-old Servin was arrested outside a Stockton bar and restaurant for public intoxication. He was booked at the jail but placed into a holding cell after the sheriff said he was uncooperative, verbally abusive, and combative.
And so we start to uncuff them, and that's when we leave the cell. And when we got the one cuff off, that's when the fight started.
Servin came out beaten, bloodied, and bruised, his eyes nearly closed shut.
These officers beat my brother as if he was not a human being. This occurred while other officers turned a blind eye.
The strongest call for action came from Stockton NAACP chapter president Bobby Bivens, who called on the district attorney to file charges against the officers involved, fire them, and put them behind bars.
This young man is a victim of gang violence and tyranny in San Joaquin County.
District Attorney Tori Verber Salazar promises a transparent, multi-agency investigation to be completed within the next several weeks.
And everybody should be concerned about their community and be disengaged. So I stayed here and listened to each one of them and every one of their voices. And I brought a team of investigators over here as well to interview anybody that had any statements that they wanted to share with law enforcement.
Obviously what they did was inhumane, and they tried to kill me, so it's not one community, it's the whole world reacting to this heinous crime.
And the protest continues out here with some speakers. Servin, by the way, is represented by an attorney out of San Francisco. He's calling for a retired judge outside of San Joaquin County to conduct an independent investigation, not local agencies. We're live at the jail in French Camp. Back to you.
Kurt, thank you for being on this story since day one for us live in French Camp tonight.